Very warm welcome to the seventh recitation, which is event-driven programming. Before we start, I would like to remind everyone to watch the previous recitation videos if you haven't, and fill the Google form to be marked for attendance. Moreover, be sure to write the honor code statement when submitting the assignments so as to be graded. So today's recitation, we will be using JavaScript to practice event-driven programming. Now, what is event-driven programming? It is a programming paradigm or model in which the flow of program execution is determined by events. We can say, for example, a user action such as a mouse click, key press, or a message from the operating system or any other program. These all can be called as events. And an event-driven application, it is designed to detect events as they occur and then deal with them using the proper event handling procedure. So now JavaScript in the browser uses an event-driven programming model, and everything starts by following an event. So that is what we're going to look at today. So before we start coding, the initial template for the HTML file is shown as in the image. So either you can either type it down and save the file as event underscore driven one underscore js.html, or you can also go to Canvas under the files tab under recitation under my name Jayashree Damala. You can find the folder for recitation 7 where this HTML file will be present. It will be named shell.html. So you can download it from there too. So this is the template code and we'll be adding our further code in. Now the problem statement is as follows. Parallax Motors is closed their 2020 fiscal year and they want to calculate the total sales for 2020 and the expected sales for 2021 using an HTML form. So the HTML form should be as given in the image. Note that the calculate total represents a button. So if help is needed, sample templates can be found on Canvas. The Canvas, if you go under files, under recitation, under my name, if you check the recitation 7 folder, there is a toolkit PDF where you can get help to create the text boxes, buttons, and radio buttons as they're shown in the image here. The requirements of the form are as follows. The first thing is that the sales for the Eastern and Western divisions will be entered manually by the sales manager. And the syntax to create a text box would be to use the input tag and where you write the type as text. The second requirement is the total sales for the year should be displayed by clicking on the calculate total button. So the syntax to create a button is either you use the button tag and you open and close it, or you can also use the input tag where you can write the type as button. And the third requirement is for the radio boxes. First is the high radio box. It means that the expected sales increase of 30% for 2021. The next is the low radio box. It means that the expected sales increase of 10% for 2021. And 2021 expected sales, you can see a text box. It's calculated and displayed when the sales manager selects one of the radio buttons. And to a syntax to create a radio button is again to use the input tag where the type is radio. Also, you can use style to make the background color yellow or of any color of your choice. So you can use, you can write the style tag section in the head section itself and then make the background color yellow. So let's get to, so I would request everyone to at least make the HTML form as it is shown in this image, and like pause the video over here, create your HTML form, and then come back to the video to get the solution. So now we can get to the, this is a template file where already all the basic tags are there, that is the HTML tag, head tag, and the body tag. So let's just do one thing. Let's go to the body tag and start coding. First is let's have the h1 tag which says Parallax Motors Corp, and then end this tag. And then we can have another tag, h2 tag, which says sales in millions. and then close the H2 tag. Now the first thing that we'll do is we'll make a text box for the Eastern division. So we can have a paragraph tag which says Eastern division. And now we need a text area. So we will write the input tag, and inside the input tag, we'll write input type is equal to, because we need a text area, we can write text. We will give this an ID. So the ID will be Eastern, because the input that we're taking is of the Eastern division. So we can have the ID as Eastern, so we can recognize it easily. And then on change is equal to, we will leave this blank for now, and when we come to the JavaScript coding, we can add the function over there, and then close the input tag, and then we can close the paragraph tag. This is for the Eastern division. Now we have the Western division, so we can again create a paragraph tag, right? Western division, then again an input tag where the type is text. We can give this an ID Western, and on change for now we can leave it blank, and then close the paragraph tag. Now the next is the button. So there were two methods to create a button. The first was to use directly the button tag. So we can have a p tag, inside that we can have a button tag. So we can give this ID, give the ID total sales, because this button is for the total sales of 2020. So we can write total sales, and then on click later we'll so on clicking the button, what should happen, that function we'll write later when we come to the JavaScript coding, and the button should display a text calculate total, and then we can close the button and the p tag. This is one way of writing the button. There's another way that we can write it. Let me just write a comment here. It says button, and this is another method to create button. Oops, I forgot the hyphens. Yes, so this is another comment. We can again, so another method would be to write it with the input tag. So we can write the p tag, then we can have input. Now the type will be over here button. We can give it an ID total sales, and then it can have a value calculate 2020 total, and then on clicking, some function should happen which we will write later, and then we can close the p tag. So this is another way of creating the button. I'll just comment this out too, because we just need one button. Now after creating the button, now we need another text, that is the 2020 total sales, where it will output. We once we get the result, we need to output it somewhere, so we'll output it in a text box. So for that also we will create a text area. So let's have a p tag. In that I can write 2020 total sales, and then an input here type will be text, because we need a text box. We can give it an ID sales 2020, and on change we'll write the function later, and then close the p tag. Now the next is we need to estimate for the year 2021 also. So for that also we'll write, let me just write estimate for 2021. Now we need two radio buttons over here. So for the radio buttons, we'll have the input type as radio. So we can have an input tag where the type is radio, and we can give it a name estimate and an high ID. So one radio button is for like the high and one is for the low. And on click, we'll write the function later. Hi. We can have another input type radio. The name is going to be estimate and ID is going to be low, and on click so with this our radio buttons are also created. Now we need to output the estimate also, so now we will need a text box for that. So we can have a paragraph tag which says 2021 expected sales, where the input type is text, the ID will be sales 2021, and on change so with this we have created our HTML form. You should note one thing, that there are two important things. First is that the ID entry should have meaningful names, so that you can understand which ID is for what. And the second thing is that the name entries in the radio buttons section should be the same. So if you can see the code that I have written over there, for both the radio buttons, the name is the same. The reason for this is that the radio buttons work together. So when one is clicked, the other radio button with the same name will be unchecked. So this is why it is important to have the same names for the radio buttons. So if you haven't done these two things, then make the changes accordingly. Let's just see how. So if you see our website, you can see we have the two text boxes. The button here will be the output for the 2020 sales, and for the estimate we'll have here. Also, we need to change the background color, so we can just write a style tag in the head itself. So I'll just open and close the style tag. Inside that, for body, I can have background color as yellow. So let's just check that out. And now we have the background color is yellow. So with this, our form has been made. Now the next step that we have to do will be to, it's the core of the problem, which is to calculate the 2020 sales. So the place to enter the code is on the on click section of the calculate total button. So you see whenever a button is clicked, that is an event that is happening. So now once that event is happening, we need to tell the program what it has to do after the event happens, and that will be to calculate the total sales. So we will write a code which will help us calculate it. So if you can see the two lines of code over here, there is a variable total 2020, which is an addition of number. Basically, it's an addition of number eastern dot value plus number western dot value. And then we have sales 2020 dot value is equal to total underscore 2020. So now let's understand what this two lines of codes are doing. The first statement, it just adds up the numbers which are entered on the eastern and western text boxes. So if you can see, eastern and western were the IDs that we had given. So these IDs are used to access the value. So whatever the user inputs, it goes to that ID, and through that ID we are getting the value. Statement assigns the total calculated to the value property of the total sales for 2020 text box. Okay, so now sales 2020 was the ID for the text box. So that ID gets the value total 2020, which we just found out. Also, the second statement pushes the result onto the 2020 total sales box. If you notice, I had put HTML comments, but when you're writing the JavaScript code and you need JavaScript comments, that can also be added by using 2 forward slashes. So try Now try working on the similar lines for the on-click buttons for the radio buttons also. And the general formula to calculate the increase would be increase value is equal to original value into 1 plus increase. So this general formula you can use to code it out also. I would request everyone to like pause the video now, go and make the changes for the on-click functions for all the buttons, and then come and resume the video to see how the code is written. Okay, so now we have the button here. And now when this button, that is calculate total, is clicked, we need to write the function. So now the function will be written in this on click place. Over here we can just, yeah, and on click we can write variable total underscore 2020 is equal to number eastern dot value plus number western dot value, and the second line would be sales 2020 dot value is equal to total underscore 2020. So this is going to be, oh, just a second, sales 2020, oops, yeah, sales 2020 dot value is equal to total underscore 2020. Let's check again. It says variable total underscore 2020 is equal to number eastern dot value plus number western dot value, and then the second statement will be sales 2020 dot value is equal to total underscore 2020 dot value. So this is for calculating the sales for the year 2020. Now the next thing would be to code it out for these radio buttons. So now let's go to the input type where we have high. Okay, so here we can write our value. So we can have variable high underscore increased is equal to 0.30. Then we can have variable high underscore sales, which will be equal to sales 2020 dot value into 1 plus high underscore increase, and then we can write sales 2021 dot value is equal to high underscore sales dot to fixed to. Fixed over here, it just changes the number to a string, and also the number that two is mentioned, basically it means how many, till how many, it rounds up to the 2 places. So that's why to fixed is used. So this is for high, and then for low. For low, we'll have the same thing. We'll have variable low underscore increase is equal to 0.10. Then we'll have variable low underscore sales is equal to sales 2020 dot value into 1 plus low underscore increase, and then we'll just push the value. So sales 2021 dot value is equal to low underscore sales dot to fixed to. So with this, we have created our functions. Now let's go and test it out. Let me type some random values, calculate the total. Okay, so the total is calculated. If I search for high, it will give me the high percentage. If I do low, it will give me the low percentage. So this is how JavaScript is used for event-driven programming. And this is the Google Form link for the recitation. So make sure to complete it before October 21 to be marked for the attendance. Also, thank you very much and have a good day and stay safe.